the chat what's happening. Let's get it rolling. Go to the starting soon page. Cue it up. We got to talk about a few things. We got to cover a few things. Hopefully, well, I'm not gonna say hopefully. Hopefully they signed somebody already, but hopefully I can beat the presses because you guys are moving fast. Gotta make sure we can hear everything. Everybody can hear me okay? It's getting crazy out there. Let's get rolling. Come on, Cheese Kingdom. We got to do a little sound check on my end of the studio here. Got to make sure it doesn't sound like ass because I know that sometimes some of the screens. That sounds pretty clean, guys. How you doing? Welcome back. Choose Chat Live is here. We took a break for the bye week. A lot of stuff going on here at home. Working on auditions, trying to get the acting thing rolling again. Had a good commercial a couple weeks ago. Told you guys about. Can't reveal too much about it, but it was fun. The Chiefs are in need of wide receivers. The sky is falling, according to half of Chiefs Kingdom. Everyone's panicking. Let's get Devontae Adams. That was never going to happen. Ooh, anybody who even uttered that for a second they lose all validity as any kind of Chiefs real fan that pays attention to the team, or God forbid, goodness forbid, GAWD, God, small g, forbid, any kind of pundit. We knew that wasn't happening. He's a Jet again. He's back with Aaron. They're happy, cozy. Ooh, I predicted the Robert Saleh, firing about 5 minutes before it got announced. I was like, it's time. It's got to go. It's got to go. He's gone. Great defense coordinator, not a good head coach. As far as the Chiefs, Amari Cooper was my pick of maybe. Amari's got some drops, but he's also a pretty studly receiver as well. He left the Browns. He's out of there. He's been saved by the Bills. Interestingly enough. Okay. I guess the Bills are missing Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis more than they thought they would be, and they grabbed Amari Cooper. Derrick Henry's over with the Ravens. Everybody's trying to build up to make their little super teams to beat us. And goodness forbid, I suggest we bring back somebody that helped us, dare I say, was key to us getting to and winning the last two Super Bowls. Key moments. If you take MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, let that cat out of the bag. I'm here to make the case for MVS today. If you take him off the Chiefs the last 2 years, there's a very good chance we don't make either Super Bowl. And we'll go over that. St. Louis Shocks is talking to me here. What up, Dan? Dan, it wouldn't surprise me if GMA are laughing at Veach or trying to make him pay more than other teams because no team wants to be the one who traded with the Chiefs to give them a big name wideout. I predict something more like Mike Williams, Darius Slayton, Tyler Boyd. I pray for Tyler Boyd's not coming. You think the Bengals are going to give us Tyler Boyd? I pray for Hopkins. Would love to see him in a Chiefs uniform. Hopkins could be great. Hopkins would be great in a Chiefs uniform. Just the only concern I have is we don't do the jump ball thing. We don't like to do that. Very frustrating that we don't do that, but we don't do that. I'm sorry, Boyd is on the Titans. Then maybe. I didn't realize he was gone from there. I would still picture him in that Bengals uniform. Maybe, but wouldn't they want to unload? If they're going to do that, wouldn't they want to unload Hopkins because that would get them more cap space? I would assume. Mike Williams is one of the ones I thought is quite possible. I've actually got him queued up on one of the pages. I got to get into it because I got to do my side gig today as well. So I got to make hay while the sun shines. So let's jump over to the video review screen right now. I got to make sure that it's rocking and rolling. Have a sip of my coffee? Of course it's not. I queued up the whole show, had everything running, and then the studio setup has an automatic tweet function. And if you click that, sometimes it shuts down your show and your show doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So you have to restart it. And if you don't reload your, you see here, if you don't reload your video screens, you don't get them back. So where'd I know where it is. It's down here. It's not loaded up. That's why it's not showing up like this. We're going to bring up this thing in a second here. We're going to look at Mike Williams because people are worried about money. That's not working. Let's try this again. Reset it. Well, that's weird. Wonder why that is. Well, now we have a new problem that we never had before. That, there we go. Ooh. Reset it. So Mike Williams' contract, people were like, oh, I think you have to give him 5 or 7. It's like a couple $1,000,000. His cap number this year was 2.72 million. The rest of it's like prorated signing bonuses, things like that, that gets up to 5 million guaranteed salary with the team he was currently on. Those signing bonuses and all that, that's all them paying that. The actual cap number was 2,724. The actual amount still owing is going to be less. Well, no, actually, he's still on the team. What am I talking about? He's not been cut yet or traded. It would be the prorated amount of 2,724,000 minus 6 games. So if we do a little math, let's call it 2725. Okay, 2724 0 0 divided by 16 games, even though it's, I don't know, sorry, 17 games, right? 17 games in 18 weeks. So weird. Equals that. So it's 120, 160. And we're going to go times 11 because 6 weeks have already gone by. He's owed about 1.7576 million. So 1.76 million, let's call it 2. You get Mike Williams for 2 million. Would anybody be upset about that in Chiefs Kingdom? I don't think so. I think we'd be pretty cool with that. I say grab him and MVS. Grab them both. Why not? As far as MVS goes, we're already paying him $2 million cap charge this year, dead money. So wouldn't it be better to have him on the team making that money, and then like how much are we actually paying him if he comes back to the team? His remaining contract, the dead money for the Bills, they're paying another 1.125 of his. He didn't have that big of a contract to begin with this year. Let's see, your contract history terminated with the Bills. His contract was 2.25 million. So get him for like the league minimum or less, plus the 2 million we're already giving him. So he ended up costing us 3 million instead of 2. Have MVS back, a guy who knows the offense, a guy who's made big clutch plays for us, a guy that would be so freaking motivated, especially if we play the Bills again in the playoffs. Not that they didn't play really well against them in the first place. Now, Thunder, you say. I'll be fair. I'll get after myself. Thunder, you say. You were frustrated with some of the drops last year. You were so. I sure was. But I also believe. Let's see. Oh, let's go to the chat real quick because these are good points here by Adam. Rather have MVS if we cut Sky Moore. I like Mike Williams, MVS, and cut Sky Moore than bring up Ross. Or maybe the Jets will take Sky Moore in a trade and give him a fresh start. You know? Wouldn't that be something if we end up playing the Jets in the AFC Championship and Sky Moore's over there? He's so friggin' weird. But I don't know if they're going to go that far. That's not a bad operation. That's not a bad decision there. As far as the I've looked into things, and it's like the narrative around it was so lopsided because I'm gonna see if I can get the no call versus the Packers up here. I wanted to share that with you guys. It's such an egregious situation. I feel like the narrative around MVS, this is horrible footage. Who took this with their cell phone? It's awful. I don't know that they're going to show it any other way. They probably won't have it in the highlights. It would be a low light for the referees. I'll check anyway. The narrative around MVS was that he's the big dropper of the football. Okay? Because the premium we place on drops is affected by the time the drop happens in the game. The time in the game that the drop occurs affects people's perspective. This is 1 billion %. This commercial off. John Lovitz and some guy in a funny commercial. John Lovitz looks the same. He looked old when he was young, so now he looks the same when he's old. Let me see if I can get this here. Probably can. Another commercial. Everything that's thing with these YouTube videos is commercial on commercial on commercial. Some of them you can skip though, thank goodness. Go ahead and see here. Try to cue this up for you guys. Oh yeah, there it's there. It is right there. Perfect. Okay. So the narrative around MVS is that he's the big dropper of the ball. We're going to look at the stats. So the Jets aren't going to the championship. They'll always screw it up. I don't disagree with you. In fact, since Broadway Joe, Mark Sanchez tried to revive them, but fate and history would agree with you, sir. Let's go back to the video review screen so I can show you some more things before I got to go. All right, we're not going to go to that one first. We're going to go to some numbers here, okay? The problem I have is that the narrative around him, he got a really raw deal. At the end of last year, I was saying, say what you will, he probably won't be on the team again because his contract was like $11 million a year. And if you're catching like, what did he have, 30 catches or something like that? That's not $11 million a year worthy. That's a lot. That's an awful lot. Let's go 11 million divided by, let's get the right number here. I don't want to be mean to the guy. MVS stats. One of the few guys that you put his initials in, it pops right up. 21 catches, okay? 21 catches and 1 touchdown because they only show you the regular season, okay? 11 million divided by 21. Dude was making $523,000 a catch. I think Brett Beach looked at that and goes, we need a little more for our $11 million, so we're going to spend it somewhere else. Because I'm pretty sure that he wasn't interested in coming down. He thought his market would be high. And unfortunately for him, for MVS, the narrative around him was so strong because of that Eagles game. And I will say also in part because of the Green Bay Packer game, which is completely unfair. And we're going to look at the footage. But I think those things piled up on him and they hurt his value in the offseason because people just associate him with drops. Oh, 5 targets in the Philly game, no catches. Targets are not catchable footballs necessarily. And I'm not going to review the whole thing. I don't have that one up. Probably you can slay me later for it if you find it and they were really catchable, but the league didn't call them catchable. I'm just going by the league stats, all right? And the league stats tell a different story about MVS and a story we should have been respecting as Chief fans, given what he did against the Bills, what he did against the Ravens, what he did the year before against the Bengals and the Jaguars. This guy was clutch in the playoffs. This guy was, and I said this before, MVS was the Frank Clark of the offense in the playoffs. The way Frank Clark was in the regular season versus in the playoffs, night and day. You can count on a ton of stuff in the regular season, make a few splash plays here and there, but in the playoffs, killer with a capital K. MVS makes some plays, makes some gaffes, but it's really not blowing anybody away or impressing anyone. Mind you, a lot of those games like the Jaguar game, MVS made a big play in that. It was the Kelsey Pacheco game, and anything is possible. Chad Henne had his shining moment with his quick out to Travis Kelsey in the end zone. It was all Pacheco the whole drive, but Henne makes a nice clean pass on the touchdown for 4 or 5 yards. Good for him. Goes down in Chiefs history. But I'm going to show you guys some clips. Tell me if you wouldn't mind having this guy back. I'm going to show you a bad one too. Let's go first to the Eagles game. Okay. I want to get the MVS one up first. Where are you, MVS? Where are you at? Ooh, do I not have it here? Gotta have it here. Hang on a second. That one. That's better. Let's get rid of that altogether. Some of these grubby footage. Everybody makes the biggest deal about the fact that I'm going to show you the biggest gaff play for my money. In the Eagles game, there's a big gaff play. Let's watch this one right here.
Kelsey.
Why am I showing Kelsey? Oh, because it was a fumble and a turnover. We're driving down to score. We're up 17-14. We're driving down to score. Kelsey fumbled the ball away. We lose this football game. Everybody makes the biggest deal of the game that MVS dropped what looked like it was going to be a touchdown late in the game. You know how players and coaches always tell you it's not about one play. It's about a collection of plays that affect the game. Sometimes it's only 3 or 4, but there's usually a couple big plays. I submit to you, that was the bigger problem. And I'm not calling for Kelsey's one of my favorite players of all time. I'm not calling for that dude to be cut, traded, nothing. Stuff happens. These guys we're playing against, they're good too. They're great. They're the best in the world. That's why they're in the NFL. Okay? So if we're going to crucify MVS because of that drop, well, but all those other drops all year, what was it like 7, 10, 12, 15? No. And, well, it's one drop. Like, that's not Kelsey's fault. Well, the year before, the year we didn't make the Super Bowl, or one of the years, we did make the Super Bowl this year, but this was of the week. This was the regular season game against the Bengals. Let's take a look at that. Make sure I'm on the right screen here. Okay. Sometimes I don't switch over because I don't see my monitor. I'm going to have 2 monitors set up this year.
Wins today and Kansas City loses. They're the ones.
Here's Mahomes hit when he threw it.
Wait, it's Kelsey.
Pratt's trying to hold on to him. Needs some help. Ball came out. Ball came out and Pratt.
Because again, the Chiefs are leading. We're driving down the field to build the score up. And Kelsey fumbled the ball away. And we lost that game. So people talk about MVS like he's done things like that, when actually he's dropped some passes. Receivers drop passes. People think he drops the most passes. Again, I'm not against Kelsey. I love Kelsey. Kelsey's awesome. Kelsey's great. I'll take the lumps for all the great stuff that he does because the dude is freaking amazing. All right. Let's see here. Even the narrative on this one here, I'm not going to go to this one first. I'm going to go to the numbers first. The numbers don't lie. Okay. First of all, the narrative right here, Chiefs dropped passes in 2023. They had 44, by the way. 44 drop passes as a team, led the league. How Kansas City's league worst drop issues are holding back Patrick Mahomes' offense. Put a picture of Kadarius Toney and a picture of MVS next to him. Okay? And that's the narrative, is that those two guys were the problem. And here's the big one.
Second down and 10.
I mean, what was more of a problem? This play?
Good protection, aired out. Valdez-Scantling.
Should have been a touchdown. Patrick said after the game, I could have thrown it a little better. I submit to you that that's got to be a catch. That's got to be a touchdown. That's a receiver making a mistake. It sucks. Drop touchdown.
Good protection, aired out. Valdez-Scantling dropped it.
Little weird, little awkward positioning. Should have been caught. Did that hurt the game more? Because we didn't get another point after this. We are on the 15-yard line going in the fourth quarter. Still the fourth quarter. Same quarter as when the drop happened. We are going in from the 15 up 3.
Kelsey.
When Kelsey fumbled essentially the game away. But no one cares because everyone focuses on what MVS did wrong. Everyone focuses on MVS's mistake instead. And I submit to you, the game is 17-21 at this point. I submit to you, if we went up 7 more, and we're up 10 points in the fourth quarter, Pacheco would have been running left, right, up the middle, left, right, up the middle. We would have ate the clock. We would have killed them. We would put them out of their misery, just like we did to Baltimore in M&T Bank Stadium. So that's one grief I have. I love Kelsey, but Kelsey cost us that game more, arguably. Would that put us back in the game? Would it put us back in the driver's seat? Sure, if he catches that and gets a touchdown, absolutely. With 1:42 to go, are the Eagles capable of driving down the field and scoring on a tush push and winning the game? Yes, they are. So that wasn't guaranteed either if he makes that play. But the weight that they put on him for that. And the other play I will submit to you that is another one is this play right here.
For midfield, first.
Oops. Back over there. Where was I at?
20 penalty yards take the Chiefs to the 45. 5 on the offside, 15 on that one.
Okay, that's Rasheed Rice.
Accelerates Tide is right behind the. It's the end of the
Walked off.
That's number Kansas City.
It's a great explanation there.
Kansas City.
Brad Allen, Pacheco, the 110 yards.
And just remember, no timeouts now for Kansas City.
From midfield, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Mahomes going to take the deep shot. Oh, downfield. And Valdez-Scantling can't bring it in. And there's no flag shot. Oh, downfield.
Look where this dude is before the ball gets there. He's got his right arm around his throat. He's on his back. The ref's right there.
Valdez-Scantling can't bring it.
Nothing. No flag. He waves it off.
Mahomes going to take the deep shot. Oh, downfield. And Valdez-Field, 1st and 10. Mahomes going to take
First
the
he
deep
hits him.
shot.
First he hits him with the left arm. That's pass interference right there. Left arm around the neck, guillotine style. Then he hits him with the right arm around the other side of the neck. Then he hits the ball. Does the ref not understand? Doesn't matter if you play the ball after you've assaulted the guy twice. It's already pass interference 2 times. That should have been cheese ball on the 2. We're down by 8. We probably win that football game. Got a good chance. This thing here, the stink that hung on him after this game, like half of Chiefs Kingdom saying, typical MVS. I'm like, what is the guy supposed to do? So I think that was compounded on top of it because that was later in the season. Those things made him look worse than he was. Let me show you who the guy is.
That has it. Kelsey's looking around like, hey.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to go back to Kelsey being the heel. I love Kelsey. All right. Let's go to the Jaguar game. This was the game where we thought we were going to lose our quarterback for the playoffs. Hurt his leg. Bad roll up by the defensive player trying to hurt him, obviously. I will fight you if you think that was not intentional. Anything is possible has already occurred. The game is going our way. Watch this play. By the way, Kelsey in this game, freaking phenomenal. If you want to have fun today, go back and watch this game, the divisional game between Jacksonville and KC. It was awesome. Kelsey was the bomb.
2nd and 3, pitch.
Oh, I brought it back to this play. This is the play before for MVS. Just to remind you, this is why we appreciated Kadarius Toney back then, too. I'm not saying to bring him back. A lot of drops, a lot of this off the field after the fact. Ruined it for himself. It's just, forget it. He's like at least 3 or 4 years out of the team. He's probably going to be out of the league if he's not, careful. He's stuck on the Browns, I think, right now. But plays like this was why we loved Kadarius Toney, and he did help us get to and win a Super Bowl. And he did have the Super Bowl record for longest punt return. So put a little respect on Champ's name.
Back to Kadarius Toney on the edge. Big hit of the
Runs. This is a receiver. Look at him run over this dude.
Tony on the edge.
Oosh, get out of my way, bro.
Tony keeps going.
Almost gets the touchdown.
Going to be out of bounds before the goal line. And Tony keeps 3 pitch
Look
back
at the
to
stick he
Kadarius.
takes from Campbell and doesn't fumble the ball.
Tony on the edge.
First he runs over 2. Then 32 comes in and goes, nah, I play
Big hit of the
defense, bro.
10. Tony keeps going.
Wow, doesn't really hit him. Kind of catches him. Luckily, number 5 didn't get his grubby helmet on him because he's a headhunter. Cisco, Syracuse, baby.
He's going to be out of bounds before the
Right.
goal line.
Gets us all the way down to the 1. Look at this grab.
And Mahomes steps up, throws to the back, touchdown!
Just finds a pocket, goes up. Doesn't have to jump very high because he's so tall. And Mahomes just trusts him and goes to him. Touchdown. Did that matter in that game? Helps us beat the Jags. Then the next week, it's 6-3. Everybody's walking wounded or out of the game on the receiving core, except for MVS. Let's watch this in its entirety. We'll watch this.
Getting it out. Keep
I'll
the game
fast forward
safe.
some bit.
Slides away from the pressure. Osai was
First
coming
down.
after him, and he goes 3.
Okay.
1st and 10.
Next
now
play.
looking long. Down the field it goes. And it's right back to Valdez-Scantling and a completion.
Those short guys can't do that. Dude's 6'4", almost 6'5". He can reach up and grab those. Short guys are trying to jump and getting hit in the back by the DBs on those plays. Length matters down the field.
This guy's played in every time he started this year.
1, and he has to run for it.
Get a quick snap, roll out to the side, and throw to the flat.
That's fortunate.
Is it there? End zone. Caught.
There's Kelsey being Kelsey. Don't mind showing a little love there. Let's get rid of the Bengals. Oh,
Who had a couple of interceptions. And he
Bengals try to come back.
Burrow up top. And he is intercepted
Mr. Watson.
by Watson. He's forced a couple of incompletions. Can they get one more here? Mahomes, that pass over the head, ready.
Over the head.
Mahomes, that pass over the head of rookie Sky Moore.
And I submit to you that MVS could have caught that because he's longer.
From the other side, they get out. Off. But a flag comes in. Now Cincinnati. Another first down.
One, and they need him again.
Here they go. The 5 seconds to go. Good.
The way Trump is talking about cutting.
Commercials are killing me. I was getting the show ready, and the amount of political commercials I'm getting inundated with trying to get these videos queued up, it's ridiculous. Please get out and vote. Early voting started already in Georgia. I'm going to be voting today. I'm voting for Trump. You know, trigger warning. I can't believe I'm saying it. I'm voting for Trump. I'm not going to get political today. I'm not going to do it because I'll get down a rabbit hole that I don't want to go down right now. It's 10 o'clock. I got to be at my side gig by 10:30, so we got to move this along. These commercials are just killing me time-wise. Come on. Okay.
At the half.
I want to share 2 more MVS plays with you guys.
They bring extra pressure. Slides to the 30 and a first to Higgins. Bring extra on the ceiling. Here is T. Higgins. 7 yards.
That drive, and then all of a sudden coming out in this half, nothing.
It's been 60 minutes of real time since they picked up a first. And now they've got one.
Until now.
Second and
That was where we lost McColl.
5 it is.
That's where we lost McColl to an injury that almost crippled him. Could have cost him his life. Go look up that. We talked about that on the show. It was amazing. The stuff that we didn't know and didn't hear about until after he came back from the Jets.
8 minutes to go in the third. Mahomes standing in the pocket.
MVS.
Over to Valdez-Scantling with a blocker out in front. And Kelsey in front blocking too.
Would you prefer to see that or 24 on the field? I'm asking you a serious question.
From here, got to get it out quick.
Boy, they're coming. There's the pass. Valdez-Scantling reaches his hand out, but they're going to mark him about a half-yard short. Wins the challenge, but
they mark him a half yard short until
it comes with consequences. They are out of challenges, and they give him the forward progress right here on the reach out.
First down. Heads up. Guide makes heads up plays. Okay.
Going to be around.
We're going to get into the numbers in a second because the numbers, you're going to be surprised. I think some of you.
After Mahomes.
From the pocket. On the run to the end zone.
Look at the window and the focus required by the receiver to make this touchdown, and it's number 11 again.
From the pocket, on the run to the end zone. It's caught on his back. Valdez-Scantling.
He's telling the guy, "You're too short.
They had
You're
a
too
conversion
small."
on.
Okay, we're gonna get past all the Joe Burrow stuff. By the way, this game was the first ever sack in a playoff game by Chris Jones. Believe it or not. Think of the playoff history of the Kansas City Chiefs. This was the first game where he got a sack in the playoff game. Hey, look, our running back getting a touchdown against us. Samaje Perine. I hope he stays on the team. People are rumoring that he's going to get traded or cut. Why? Don't do that. The guy's actually been productive for us. Especially right now. There's Pacheco going for it. More running. Flag. Holding.
3rd and 9. They're bringing it.
Here, is this a bad play?
Pass. Incomplete. It was behind Valdez-Scantling.
Inside who can win, and they have one-on-one.
Thankfully, the DB's not looking here.
9. They're bringing it.
That goes between MVS and the DB.
Pass.
That's crazy.
Incomplete. It was behind Valdez-Scantling. And Mixon.
Fast forward it. We've already seen a couple big plays by MVS, including that touchdown, which was ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to cut this off. He was our guy that day. He was our guy. Without him, we don't win that football game. Okay? I already went over the fact that we're already paying him, and he would cost us way less than people think. And more of the narrative here, okay? Although Valdez-Scantling scored a touchdown in Super Bowl 58 and made the 58, I don't, Roman numerals. and made critical long-range grabs. Although he scored a touchdown and made critical long-range grabs in the win over the Bills and the Ravens in the AFC Championship, AFC playoffs, he's been trending downward. Wait. Although he scored a Super Bowl, I didn't even cue the footage up for that one. I should have. I think I got the stats up here, though. I do have the stats up here. Let's look at the Super Bowl. Kelsey being Kelsey, 9 catches for 93 yards. McCole Hardman, who we let go and brought back, 3 for 57 and a touchdown. MVS, who I'm suggesting he's been let go. I just suggest we bring him back. 3 catches, 20 yards, and a touchdown. When last we saw him against the team we're about to play coming off the bye, he was scoring a touchdown against them. So clearly he created a problem for their secondary. So it'd be kind of cool if his next game back with the Chiefs was against the 49ers and he gets to do that again. Would that endear him to some Chiefs Kingdom members? I think it would. That was a great spreading of the ball by Patrick Mahomes that game. Here's another thing I looked at that was really intriguing to me. The 49ers fumbled the ball twice and lost both fumbles. But they recovered one fumble because they recovered one of ours because we fumbled the ball 5 times in the Super Bowl and only lost 1. How did we not lose that football game? There's some hero aura floating around this team with Patrick Mahomes. I'm telling you, there's some energy that wasn't there pre-Patrick Mahomes ever. But a little bit of inklings of it with Joe, but Joe left too early. Injuries just piled up and he didn't know. Now he regrets it, but that's what are you gonna do? But the dude played ball for us. The dude played his butt off. Here's the game against Buffalo. Okay. 2 catches for 62 yards. But I submit to you, what a friggin' catch.
On first down. Mahomes going with a long ball. What a catch!
Guy Moore's not doing that. Short guys aren't doing that.
First down. Mahomes going with
Where that ball is. Over the shoulder, over the head. DB already engaged with him.
a long ball.
Pitched against my face mask. That's fine.
What a catch!
And they'll show the ref. I got control. First down. One more time.
Mahomes going with a long ball. What a catch! The ball.
Burn those into your memory instead of the drop against Philadelphia that everybody keeps harping about. Then, of course, the pièce de résistance. My favorite play, just because the Ravens talked so much. Everybody talks trash against us. They talked so much shit about, it's going to be different. You're on the road now. Y'all ain't never been on the road before. No, we've never been on the road before. So, okay. What now, bro? How about...
He gets the protection. He goes long and on his back to ice it. Is
And who does he go to?
Marquez Valdez-Scantling for the...
And that's what I submit to all of you guys. You're thinking about bringing him back and you don't want them to? If they do bring him back and you want a bitch, and like I always say on the show, you don't support Chiefs football, kindly leave. Kindly leave. Yeah, but I'm not... kindly leave. This team needs a guy. They need a guy that scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl last year. They need a guy that made critical long-range grabs against the Bills and the closeout long-range grab against the Ravens in the AFC Championship. They need a guy like that. They don't need a guy like Sky Moore who just makes Brett Veach want to karate chop tables. Okay? MVS, who also came through with a 100-yard day and a touchdown for a receiver-depleted Chiefs team in the 2022 AFC title game against the Bengals. I showed you that. It's trending down. The hate this dude gets from some members of Chiefs Kingdom, I don't understand it. Let's look at the narrative again. This is AI giving the information here. Tony dropped 5 of 38 targets, which was the highest drop percentage for any NFL wide receiver with at least 23 targets. Tony was released by the Chiefs in August, blah, 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 due to injuries, inconsistent performance, etc. MVS failed to catch any of the 5 targets he received. Not catching targets is not the same as dropping footballs. But they what do they call it? It's the stupid phrase. They categorize them as the same thing. and it's not. Rice dropped four of his first 19 career targets. Well, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and look at those stats. Let's go look at the numbers. Interestingly, just one Kansas City wideout had a drop percentage lower than Marquez Valdez-Scantling 7.1. That was Sky Moore because he barely had any targets. Even if you ignore the data of the four wide receivers with the worst regular season, he goes on to say, Kadarius Toney 13.2. Yeah, I've got that stat up here, I think. I thought I had that stat up. Maybe I don't. These drops. Is it on this page? Is it on this page? I had one page up. I hope I didn't delete it. If I did, it doesn't matter. We'll just talk about it. The Chiefs receivers dropped a lot of footballs. We do know that. That's where we're at. That's why we're talking about this, because of last year. We thought they had it fixed because they brought back Rashee Rice after his first awesome rookie season. He was back on the fold and gonna have another year. Oh, by the way, another stat I wanted to give you as far as dropping footballs. You know who's got the record for most dropped footballs? As far as updated in August 2023, the NFL record for the most dropped passes in a career is held by Jerry Rice. He recorded 63 drop passes. Michael Jordan used to say he probably missed more game winners than anybody in the league. More potential game winners. We remember the ones he hit. We remember 6 straight championships. We don't talk a lot about was that the page, the Sporting News? I think that was the page. We don't talk a lot about, there it is. No, this is the teams by player. Drop percentage. We don't talk a lot about Mecole Hardman as a great Chiefs player. A lot of people don't give him the love he deserves, I think, because he's one of those guys. He's one of those sparks. He's one of those iron sharpening iron guys who he just adds something to this team. He always has like a little spark play at some point in the playoffs or the regular season where you're just like, glad we had him in that moment. You got to have a couple of those little catalyst guys that just every once in a while they go, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. That moment. Rashee Rice had 8 drops last year, 7.8% drop rate. Kelsey had 7 drops, 5.8. That was lower. Kadarius Toney, we already covered that. Justin Watson had 7.5% drop rate with 4 drops. Jerick McKinnon and Mecole Hardman both had 3 each. They both had a higher drop percentage than MVS, who had 3. Pacheco dropped 2. Richie James dropped 2. Justin Ross dropped 2. Pacheco had a lot more targets. Richie and Justin Ross were off the charts percentage-wise as far as drops go. Sky Moore had a low drop percentage, also had very few targets. Clyde Edwards-Helaire only had 1. Blake Bell, Noah Gray, LaMichael P. Ryan is no longer on the team. This is the thing, guys. It's unsurprisingly Rice is among the league leaders in drops with his mark of 8 overall. However, star rookie Puka Nacua, who we'd all love to have on this team if he was healthy, leads the league in drops. He led the league in drops with 13 last year. Did they stop throwing to him? No, they didn't. Okay, to get him back, and I got to cut this short, so I'm gonna go back to the menu screen. Up to you guys. Get MVS back right now. We had. Here's the thing. Rudy Cruz, good to see you in the chat, sir. I hope he's incoming. I hope you're right. Dario Miller, hi, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you guys in the chat. Anybody who's lurking back there, hello to you as well. You're ever, I'm looking at the camera. I love it. You're ever thinning down host is here. Lost like 33 pounds since Christmas, and I feel awesome. So the strength's still there, though. Humble brag. Not so humble. Bring him back in the fold. People talk about Deontay Johnson. I didn't bring up the windows and stuff. You can go look it up yourself. The word at a camp in Carolina with Deontay Johnson was he was dropping a lot of balls. He was inconsistent. He's got 2 drops so far this year. MVS had 3 all of last year. 3 drops. So miss me with the bring Deontay Johnson in and spend a bunch of money. Miss me with that. He also had a year where he led the league in drops. Miss me with that. A new guy who drops the ball more and doesn't know our offense and is not as tall. And arguably they're the same speed. No, I'm not doing that. Bring back the guy who's won a championship, knows what that feels like. You win 1 or you win 2 with us. I think you won 2 with us. Yes. Yes, because of the 2022, duh. My brain is so jambled with real life stuff now that football stuff, sorry, it's getting pushed out. He won back-to-back championships with us, okay? Bring him back. before you bring back somebody new that's not going to make a difference. If we can get D-Hop, I'd be down with that. If you say D-Hop or MVS, oh, come on. Come on. I mean, you know. But if we're looking at a bunch of guys, if it's Deontay Johnson or insert other, Darius Slayton, insert other guy that doesn't know our offense, we're not sure how they're going to fit, just bring MVS back. Make it easy. Slide him in there. Square peg in a square hole. Don't try to figure out a new guy at this point of the season. Now, if they say that's our only, I'm not going to frown at Darius Slayton, but MVS is one of our guys. He knows what it takes to win a championship. He knows how to catch a clutch ball in a big game. He's done it multiple times for us. I hate people that repeat the same word because it doesn't make it any bigger. I just want to throw it out. As I was saying it, I was like, I'm going to say it again and sound like those dumb people on sports news that go, multiple. Very, very, very. He's done it multiple times for us, guys. Don't overthink this. Brett Beach, don't overthink it. If you can't get an A-list guy, don't overthink it. Bring MVS back. It ain't $11 million anymore, bro. It's a couple $1 million. You're already paying him $2 million. Pay him another $1 million. Bring him back. It just makes too much sense. I was thinking about it last night. I'm like, why is everyone up in arms about this? This just makes too much sense. Just like bringing McCole Hardman last year made too much sense. Oh, by the way, remind me, who caught the game-winning touchdown against the San Francisco 49ers? McCole the Jet Hardman did. The Jet Hollywood Brown. McCole the Jet Hardman did. Everyone's like, we're down, we're diminished because we lost Hollywood. We never had. I wish the guy well. I hope he gets better. I know we only got him on a 1 year. Maybe they'll give him another year. I don't know. We never had Hollywood Brown. Understand? We actually, not only did we never have him, he actually was unfortunately, unintentionally a detriment to the team because we thought we were going to have him, and he took up a lot of key reps in training camp. Think about it. Think about what Hollywood Brown cost us in training snaps. It sucks. It's not his fault. It's an unfortunate occurrence, but he's actually hurt the team unintentionally. And now people are complaining about bringing back a guy who would put us over the top again, who's made clutch plays in our game, the playoffs, 2022, Bengals game, playoff game 2022. Either one of those, he's not there. We maybe don't win those games. Last year, Bills game, huge catch down the sideline, gave us a go-ahead score. Later in a couple plays later. Ravens game, shut them up, got them off the field, game over, get the hell out of your own house. We win. Super Bowl last year, this year rather, a few months ago. Almost a year ago now, I'll be fair. It was still 2024. Touchdown against the 49ers. Bengals, Jaguars, Bills, Ravens, 5 playoff games where he's made serious impact. Come on back. Oh, the Taylors are here. Get that award-winning potato salad away from me unless it's got MVS in it. Bring it on back. That sounded kind of gross, actually. Bring it on. Bring him back. Bring him back into the fold. The dude, and it's not coming off the couch. He's been on an NFL roster, training and working out every day. And you know what? He might have some inside stuff about the Bills' offense that we don't know. He's also like a little secret agent, man. Bring him back. Let's do it. Bring him back and bring in Mike Williams. Let Sky fly somewhere else. Let Sky spread his wings on another roster. Maybe that's what Sky needs. Or if they can work it out financially, keep him. They love him. I'm not going to say no. Sky also had a touchdown in a Super Bowl for us. So I'm not going to hate the guy. They clearly love the guy. They love Clyde Edwards-Helaire too. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has made some plays for us. Do I prefer Pacheco? Yes. Am I thrilled Hunt's back? Oh, hell yes. Hunt looks like the kid that wanted to be here years ago and now has learned his lessons and is going to play like it. His first sentence to Andy coming in the house, you're not going to regret this, coach. So far, so good. There's where I sit with the guys. Let me know what you guys think. Dan, how much would it cost for MVS? Oh, you're so... People do forget. You're late to the show, Ruben. I'll look at the numbers again real quick. Basically, Ruben, this is for Ruben. We're already paying him $2 million in dead money. He's already cost us $2 million, and the remainder of his contract would be like a 1.2 million. Like the league minimum isn't 1.3 or something like that. Basically, we'd be paying him 3.2 million, but we're paying him 2 regardless. We're paying him 2 million whether he's on the team or not. Might as well bring him on back, give him another million, and put another receiver in the roster in the slot. The dude, do you understand? The dude could come back right now and he could play this week and affect our team. He could affect the outcome of the game. He could make that difference. He could make a key first down. If he comes back this week and makes a huge first down for us to go down on like game winner, I'm going to be the one jumping off the cat in no time flat. I'm like, welcome back, bro. Welcome back, Bernard. Seems like you never left this house. We brought McCole Hardman back. We're not bringing them back to be the one. We're not looking for, we're bringing them back to be part of the ensemble. That's what it is. Kelsey's our number one. All the rest of the guys, that's an ensemble. She Rice was the closest thing we had to a number one in a while. He's not coming back this year, folks. Hollywood Brown, maybe the playoffs, probably not. And it wasn't part of the offense anyway. And won't have any reps with the offense really in a game all season long. Is that really where we want to go? Maybe he'd be a great secret weapon. Maybe he'd be the guy. Wouldn't that be great if we pay Hollywood Brown his money that he's getting and he ends up coming back for the playoffs and plays like the AFC champion in the Super Bowl and goes off for 2 games? We want to talk about the best mercenary hire of a player. Like that would be all time. Anyway, guys, you know where I stand. Let me know where you stand. Blast this out. Share this. Hit the like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Tap the notification bell. I always forget to say that stuff. I'm not. I just don't do the sales very well in this thing. Sorry, I just like talking football with you guys. But spread the word. Remind people that this dude is a player for us, and this dude matters. And his 3 drops last year were nowhere near the worst in the league. He wasn't even the worst on the team. He wasn't the top 10 worst in drop percentage on our team. So cut him some damn slack. Does he deserve as much credit as Travis Kelce? Travis Kelce is a machine. No receiver on the team deserves the love Travis Kelce gets. Not even Rashee Rice, not yet. Show me, bro, for a few years. Does he deserve the respect of a playmaker on this team in the playoffs? He absolutely does. I showed you 5 games in the playoffs, including the Super Bowl, where he made a difference. So show him some love, folks. Get off your little negative couches. Just get real about it. All right. Anyway, guys, I got to get to my second gig. Much love. God bless you too, Ruben. All you guys. I'm going to say 4 words today. First 2, God bless. And the last 2, always go Chiefs. That was fun. Bring MVS back. Do it.